Check out a freestyle I just dropped on YouTube.
Let's get this party going.
You got another day to be great. You woke up, so that means that you have another day to be great.
All right. Oh my God. Oh man. Here we are, episode number 343 of the Homeroom with Smooth podcast. 343. That's right, you suckers. I almost have more podcast episodes than days in a year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, but real talk, Frankie, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Cannot complain at all. Well, I mean, I can, but I hear
Okay.
an echo.
You hear echo on my end?
Yeah. Well, when I talk,
Hold on. I can fix that. One moment.
Maybe I'm talking too loud.
No. All I have to do is hit this one button.
Oh.
Talk.
Okay, that's better. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, like I said, always could complain, but nothing groundbreaking, So nothing world stopping. But so all is good. All is good.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So listen, y'all seen the title. I'm doing okay today. But today is the day we spill the tea. All right, now I'm playing. But anyway, the name of today's episode is called Spill the Tea. So listen, we're gonna talk about long distance dating. We're gonna talk about dating with a purpose, and we're gonna talk about acting our age. All right, you know what I'm saying? Because this all ties in together. It all ties in together, right? Because I'm like a long distance dating extraordinaire. These topics came from the request line. I am gonna do a news breakdown. Don't worry. You're gonna get your the Trump dossier that just dropped. Okay, courtesy of Jack Smith, courtesy of Judge Chutkin. All right, it's coming. Okay, it's coming. The document is 165 pages. Like 165 PDF pages. No, I'm not trying to read every page on stream like I did the other time. I want to give you the highlights, give you the good stuff. So I'm reading it at my leisure. I'm highlighting at my leisure, and then we'll get a pod. Y'all get a pod with that information as well. Because why not? Got to put it in the history books. All right. All right. So let's just start very simply with long distance dating. So, bro, have you ever done it before?
Yes, I have, and I
How
can
was
say.
it?
I mean, it has its pros and cons, but like when you mean long distance, are you talking like hours away, states away, time zones away? Because I mean, I've done it all, but
I think to qualify as long distance, you have to be more than 2 hours away to be long distance, because that third hour could honestly in some places could place you in a whole nother state.
yeah.
So I'm okay with saying once you get to 3 hours, that is a long distance relationship, because that's not something you could just jump up and do. Because after work, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you get off 4:30, 5:30. There's no way you're going to see them. It's not happening.
Now
that's a long distance relationship.
Okay. So
all the California people we know that's a long distance. That's a long because that's really more like 4 or 5.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
Like the IE is technically like living in Riverside and going to Los Angeles. Like that's technically only like an hour and some change. Like technically, like at night, gunning it, you could do it in like an hour and a half, maybe less. You might be able to punch it in an hour.
So we'll say anything over 2 hours without traffic. So yeah.
Anything over 2 hours without traffic. Yep.
No, because I get you on that one. Well, like I said, I've done it all, and like I said, I've done it in that sense. I've done it in different states, area code, where we have to fly to see each other. I've done it, So yes, I have done the long distance relationship thing.
Mm-hmm. So my thing is like I did it, and I did it multiple times where it was like states. All
Mhm.
right, like not like, oh, we live in different cities or things of that nature. Not that. No. I'm talking. I did it multiple times with states.
Mhm.
And it's ironic. In this episode, I have to renege on some stuff from a previous episode. So you remember that episode where Celine kind of asked me about that girl or whatever? You know, say, no, you got to say her name. Who made you feel? Oh, blah. Like, nah, I'm reneging on that. Okay, that girl who shall remain nameless now, because now I'm talking shit. Because now I'm validated. I'm validated in how I felt about her, because I knew you was lying. Okay, it took all the way to right now for me to find out you was lying.
Right now.
Right, not right now, but like
No,
I
I
want
know.
to say like this year.
Yeah,
I
no, I
don't
know.
know exactly. I don't remember when I found out, but it was sometime once I got out here to Virginia, and I was like,
Mhm.
"You got to be fucking shitting me." Like, but you do know how much like peace that gave to my soul, and so much like mental clarity it did,
Yeah.
because like I was basically being gaslit the whole time. Like
Mhm.
I knew you was cheating with the dude, and the thing was, I wasn't mad that you was smashing the dude because I had somebody. My thing
Mhm.
was like, we got to be honest. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to know if we could be honest with each other. I'm like, look, if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You out there, you got needs. I'm here, I got needs.
Mhm.
My needs are getting met. So I know you got
Mhm.
somebody. I'm like, is that your somebody? That's all I wanted to know. And to lying to me is worse. Like, I'd rather you
Mhm.
just say, that's yeah. Because she was trying to tell me like, oh, I'm spending the night at the crib, but ain't nothing going on. I'm like, fam. I'm like, his brother. I'm like, his brother is dating your sister. You and your sisters, y'all are twins. You know what I'm saying? You and him had on matching pajamas on Christmas. Like, do you think I'm dumb? Do you think I'm dumb? Like, where do you think I was born at? Like, I seen that, and she's like, how did you even seen that? Don't worry about. Don't worry about how I seen it.
How did you
Don't
think?
worry about how I
Obviously, it
seen
was
it.
on social media.
You know what I mean? It was on social media, and the thing is, her little dumbass was tagged in the photo. It wasn't even like I went digging. Like, it was on her own page. You know what I'm saying? So she posted
Yeah.
some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm being a good little dude. I'm over there, you know what I'm saying? I don't like her picture, drop some little, things
Yeah.
down there, make her feel a little good about herself, whatever.
Mhm.
Then I go to the tag photos and I said, man, hold on, man. I'm like, what the fuck is all of this, man?
Matching pajamas.
Matching pajamas. That's like the ultimate stage in a relationship. You don't wear matching pajamas with just anybody.
I have never. Okay, I take that back because I have. As an adult, I have never matched pajamas with anyone, and I've been married.
That's
I.
look. That's the same thing I'm saying. So I'm like, I know, I know there's something wrong here. And you telling me y'all ain't did nothing?
When someone tried to match pajamas with me, I'm like, what is your no?
Yeah, cut the shit. Cut the fucking shit. So yeah, I had to start there. Had to start there. So no, you are not this grandiose, important person in my life. No, you are the gaslighting, uh, uh, without calling. I'm trying my best to not call her B word. That I'm just here lurking on audio only. Oh, what's up, Orca? Hey, like, bro. I was so sick of her. Bro. I'm so, like, I'm so vindicated, like, validated, vindicated. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that was great. But in doing that, I can say that, it's not like I didn't learn anything from it. Like, I learned how to effectively communicate over a distance. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of know what I want in somebody that I'm dealing with from a distance now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, what would allow me to actually trust someone?
Yeah.
Um, because y'all untrustworthy. I'm telling you right now, y'all untrustworthy. By and large, most of y'all untrustworthy. Don't do it. Don't do the long distance relationship, man. Don't date long distance. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I want to unpack? I mean, I'm here today.
I know. I with long distance, I'm not that cynical. And like I say, maybe I've had better experiences than most. Like I said, no, like my ex wife and I, we started off long distance, and it was good because I think it made it so. And these are benefits. Like when you see each other, it's almost like a mini vacation, and you guys are doing something, and it makes it special, you know.
Yeah.
And so stuff like that is really, really good. But the thing
Yes.
is, too, during the phases when we were apart, we had a really, really good communication. And then even, like if I was seeing somebody now, it's like I love, like I would love to talk to them, everything too, but I also want them to have themselves as well too. And the thing is too, I think as it turns into like our next phase,
Mm-hmm.
I'm skipping things, so we'll go back to it because like when acting your age, as I get older,
Right.
and I'm more comfortable with being by myself and knowing that, hey, if someone else f's up, it's not the end of the world because I could rebuild and come back stronger than ever, whatever like that too. I'm like I'm all right, and it makes it so it's like so I can't say I'm more trustworthy, but I'm not gonna be dicking it around as much. But I'm not blind, so when I see something, I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna call you out, and if I don't like it, peace out.
Fact.
So that's the parts where like I don't mind like distance. I got to like I don't know if I do like state like over a couple of states again for a long period of time, because I will say like even like I said because like I was on the East Coast for a little bit like that too, and talking to people
Yeah.
that I usually talk to, and I was only there for a week, and talking to people I want to talk to, even like my kid, it's a 3-hour time zone, and that really does mess with stuff because it's like they're settling down. I'm getting ready for bed, so I know that would do a toll and everything too. But like a couple hours away, or like especially like in the same time zone, so like the schedules are the same. Like I'll do that again, no shot, if the person is trustworthy and worth it.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the main thing. The person got to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? And they have to be somebody that's like willing to be vulnerable. Like, because if you're not being vulnerable, if you're not clearly communicating your wants and needs, it makes it impossible.
Yeah,
it makes it impossible for y'all to actually like really link up on a meaningful level. Or in a meaningful way. And I liked what is it like? Like I liked doing it from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Like I liked it because I like my space. I most of the time I'm doing content anyway. You know what I'm saying? So unless the girl was somebody that I'm doing content with, like I like having space. I like being able to go, yeah, I'm finna turn on Black Myth Wukong tonight, and I'm just finna play, and I can just do it. There's nobody to tell me, hey, da da da, like wanting attention, wanting to tell me about the day, like what I'm saying. I can get to it a little bit later. Like I don't have to do it immediately. Like, because when the person's close by, they're probably gonna be at the house. Then as soon as you walk through the door, problems. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not like bad problems. It is like, oh, I want to like share with you because you're my person. And it's not a bad thing, but sometimes you yourself gotta decompress. And
exactly.
there's that balance that has to happen.
I do feel that as well too, because there's times where it's and that's the thing, because if you're and I tell everyone this too, I'm not a monster, I'm just an asshole. But but since I'm not a monster, it's like I'm not gonna be like shut yourself, and that's the thing. And I don't want to tell someone that they don't like their problems aren't important. They need to be talking and stuff like everything else. But it's like sometimes you don't want to be consumed in that, especially when there's stuff going on. And maybe my problems aren't as big as your problems right now, but there's still problems, and I still have to deal with that. But now I'm listening to you, and then and then especially when there's problems where you can't do anything about it, so you're listening. So then like that eats at you because you're like, I want to fix it, but I can't. I want to do this, but I can't. So like then like it weighs on you. So it does help when you're able to kind of just like, hey, like let me go ahead and decompress my stuff first and have that fresh mindset to go with you. So then I'm able to give you not only like my whole attention, but like an open viewpoint, because I'm not mad about the person who cut me off in traffic, or my boss who was like, oh, you need to do this, or my dumb friend, saying stuff, or the work gossip when people are trying to say
Mhm.
shit, So like I definitely, like I said, there's definitely benefits for having your own space, and almost being like
Yeah.
a better version of yourself for them.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and I like, what I'm saying, and it's almost sad to say it this way, but I like being able to like pick it up and put it down. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? In a way, like, and it's not like, oh, I don't want you, I don't want to do this thing or whatever. But in certain instances, it's nice to be able to go, all right, it's just me.
Hmm.
Like you come in the house, and sometimes you don't even want to do nothing. Like you just come in the house, just get straight in the bed, and just end it.
No, like that was me the other night. Like I was out, and then I came home, and I was like, you know what? And I had plans. Like I was
Mhm,
gonna go. I think I was gonna clean up some stuff. I was gonna watch something. Thinking about, I don't know what I was planning to do. I was just thinking about stuff, and I'm like, you know what?
mhm.
I'm going to bed. So I'm like,
Yeah,
good night to the world. Bam,
yeah,
in bed. Go watch some real shorts.
man, for real. Watch some
So
reels, watch some shorts, get lost on the TikTok algorithm.
yeah.
Like that mug is aggressive. Like that mug will feed you the next video that
Mhm.
you will like.
Yeah, no, that one I just laid down, and I just let stuff in the background. I turned around, went to sleep, and it was, and I did it like 2 nights in a row, because like I did it on Monday, and like I said, Monday, like I didn't do much,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to be like, you know what, shutting it down. Tuesday I was out a little later,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got home, I was shutting it down too, still too. So like, and I didn't have to be like, hey, how are you? What's going on? This and that too, and like to anyone. And it's funny because it's like, even I'll put it in there, because it's not even like long distance dating. It's like long
Mm-hmm.
distance, like relationships, so like friendships. Like it's like
Yeah.
kind of like the same thing. Like sometimes like I don't want to go ahead and and be like, oh, like freaking, and I love her too, so I'll name drop her because I'm not talking shit. But it's like
Yeah.
my friend Kat. Like sometimes she goes through stuff, and the thing is, Kat's awesome too, and she understands it as well. So there's sometimes where I can't be like, hey, like
Right.
I can't listen to your stuff right now too. So but it's okay, that understanding, and be like, okay, hey, this is what's going on, and catching up. So I'm able to pick up and put it down. So I'll get a phone call, and I know Kat does it too, because she's like, oh, like I can't answer you right now because I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing this or this. I'm going through this, or I'm helping out with someone else too. You
Yeah.
and then so she doesn't need to drop everything. So it's kind of like, hey, like, are you okay? And then I'm like, if I say no, she's like, okay, hey, can I call you back at this time? Because like I'll be free. And
Mm-hmm.
then she's able to kind of like set it and prepare for it, to make sure that you get the attention that you need. And
Yeah.
I think people need to do that with friendships too.
Yeah, yeah. Because I noticed like some people have like this toxic like over dependency like on their friends to where
Hmm.
like you don't know how to be alone. And I think that even that piece spills over into relationships. Like people don't know how to be alone, therefore they don't even know who they are.
Oh yeah,
Like if you haven't spent meaningful time with yourself, like you don't know you.
yeah. No, yeah, and it's like finding your own hobbies and stuff like that, and just
Hmm.
knowing. And my thing is too, it's like also saying that, hey, like just because the phone rings,
Hmm.
and with me it's different when someone actually calls, but if someone texts me, it
Yeah,
doesn't mean I have to respond right away,
facts.
especially if I'm doing something as well too. And I think certain people, they don't understand that as well, and it goes in relationships. So then you have people like, when you don't text back, they're like, oh my gosh, this and that, and they get mad at you as well too. And that kind
Hmm.
of goes with the relationships as well too, because like, oh, like he didn't text me back, so like he's doing this. It's like, well, what? Might be playing basketball, so I didn't, I didn't hear my phone. Freaking,
Hmm.
I might be gaming right now, like I'm on the podcast too, right? So it's like,
Facts.
unless someone calls me like that too, my phone's not going to vibrate. So like I'm not gonna see it. And
Hmm.
there's stuff like that too. But it's also saying that, are you more upset that I'm not answering? Are you more upset because you cannot be alone?
Yeah, or some people feel like that it's kind of like a controlling thing where they have to
Hmm.
have that access to you. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying, and always know what you're doing and take up all your time and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying, and then other times, just that person like just really likes being around you. They really like talking to you. You're their person. You know what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
want to pour into you. They want to give you what they have. You know what I'm saying.
yeah,
Even though they're so far away, so they're trying their best to like be able to like link up with you and actually be, you know what I'm saying, in
yeah,
a better like make the relationship better, make the situation
yeah.
better.
But I think that's what we said before. We have to have that open communication to say, like, hey,
Yep.
this is what we're doing. And I'm gonna say, and like the thing, I can be like, hey, like, love talking to you. I love doing this and everything as well too. But I don't really feel like you have to be forced to do something, and it's okay when you can't do something because because that's the thing. It's a limiting factor. Distance sucks. Like so, like I just can't pull up, after work and be like, here you go.
Thanks.
So and both people have to be willing to understand that as well too.
Yeah, man. So I think we beat long distance dating to a you know what I'm saying, we beat it into the ground, you know what I'm saying. I guess moving on to dating with a purpose, like I feel like as far as dating with a purpose goes, like I think you really have to be like honest and careful with like who you date and all that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I used to date haphazardly. Okay, like I was dating for one thing. Like I was just trying to really I was trying to smash and smash for as long as I can. Like that was the goal: smash and then smash as long as I can. And I will play the game and like as far as like my mindset was, like I will play the game and game it out for as long as possible, as long as I humanly can to keep it and fix and have it going on. But at the same time, like being real, I was just like, this is a waste of time. You're a waste of energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to have you around. Like you can go. You can go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to get you up out of here. Like I can't be up on you like that. I can't be up under you like that. Like that just don't drive for me. Like I can't, like not anymore. Like it was fun for a while, like, but it's just not. Nah, like I'm trying to do better in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you're adding all those different people and you're dating all those different people, like one, it's just a waste of like finances. It's just a financial waste. Two, it's a time waster, and time you can't get back. I can make the money back, so technically, let me flip those two around because the time is most important. Can't get that back, and then the money after that, but I can make that back. And then there's all sorts of like you're exposing yourself to like whatever else they got going on in their life. So whether it's their crazy baby daddy or whatever, or their effed up family, like you're exposing yourself to all this extra possibly negative energy. Hey, I met some positive, you know what I'm saying? There's some women, hey, y'all family is still good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still good. Like I could go over your family crib and like really be like an a-hole and just be there. Like, you know what I'm saying, at Christmas and Thanksgiving, and you be like pissed. But luckily enough for you, I be traveling. So like enjoy your life, baby. Like you ain't gotta worry about me. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Also, because again, we're hey, the name of the episode Spilling Tea. I'm gonna let you go, but I am gonna drop this to the shorty that got mad at me because you invited me over to your house knowing that you were still married, and then you got caught up because he found out. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You told me you was done. So you getting found out is all on you. All on you.
Oh man.
I hadn't seen you in a year, in a better part of a year, so that's all on you. And you can't put that on me. Like granted, I own some debt because you were still married.
Oh.
But now you actually are divorced. So joke's on you. Like, yeah, I guess you prophesized it. Let's move out here.
Oh.
Hey, chill. Nah, bro. I wasn't trying to be like, but the joke's on her. The joke's on her. Like, I'm not to blame for that. You telling me, you know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, because I was really thinking that because 2 weeks before then, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where bro was, and I don't know where the kids was, but I know this much. She came to the hotel room and was at the crib. Was at the hotel. I'm like, yo, like, I'm really thinking you're single. Because you didn't go home till like 5 in the morning.
At least separated.
Yeah, I was like, something got it. You didn't go home.
Oh man,
That ain't me. But anyway, hey,
oh,
it's not me. It's not me. That's not on me. That's not on me. Man, I'm freeing myself from this weight for the rest of 2024 and 2025. I'm freeing myself from the weight. Y'all not gonna make me feel guilty about nothing. I have finally realized that I was not in the wrong. My therapist was absolutely right. You Jezebel.
man, damn.
Oh God, if this makes me a Jezebel or a harlot, whoo, you're not ready. You're not ready.
Well, freaking with me dating with a purpose. I date people who add value to my life. If you do not add value to my life, GTFO. And that's how I am, because like as you said, you have to add value to my life, because once we go on things, you can bring up so many things to my life that's not gonna be convenient. I'm not gonna say bad or good, but it could be an inconvenience. And like the thing is, almost anything could be inconvenience, and that's the thing. Even the person that you're dating, every once in a while, they're gonna be an inconvenience as well too. Which means they need to add value to your life to make it so I'm like, okay, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what it means, blah blah blah. And if you're not doing that, then I don't need you. And that's the thing, I never need anyone like that too, but I definitely don't want you. And that's the thing too. It's like, I'm not with someone because I have to be with them. I'm with them because I want to be with them, which means you have to bring that added value into my life. And then I remember like the other day, like I was thinking about seeing somebody. Okay. And we were talking, and it's like with purpose. And it's like, how I am, I'm like, plans, like freaking plans. So we're doing a roadmap. Like, and we are literally doing a roadmap. And because the thing is, we were friends. And so like we're going somewhere. And then, and that's the thing too. But but the thing is too, she was coming out of a bad. It can't even say like a bad situation, but because the situation was over and done with. But I felt like it never got resolved, right? Too. So then, dude tried to come back in and it's like, oh, like I want to give you this resolution, right? Too. And the thing is, I called it and I said, hey, I'm like, if anything happens, are you gonna let me know? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, are you going to do it because I'm going to find out because people tell me everything, or because you want to? And she's like, oh, because you want to. Well, the thing is, like, the thing is, what they did wasn't even that bad. Like, we weren't quote unquote together like that too, but we were going that way, so it's kind of like we're like almost together. And we have this and she has this roadmap, and like, this is great, that's what I want. And then she meets up with this dude, and of course there's alcohol involved too. And then like and then like they end up making out or whatnot. And the thing is too, but one, she didn't tell me. Two, 3 other people told me. Like, oh, like did you know that this happened? Everything too. So I'm talking to her, and I'm waiting for her to tell me. Wait till she gets back home. Oh yeah, by the way, this girl's not long distance. By the way, she's
around the corner.
Yeah. So within 30-minute drive. But like I see her all the time. Like, so like we see each other all the time. So I'm waiting. Doesn't tell me. I see her when she comes back she comes back from her trip, and she's acting kind of weird. So doesn't want to tell me. So I finally just call her out. So I finally call her out.
Oh, I hate that,
bro. Yeah. Who's trying to spin Can we discuss dating someone who's trying to spin the block? No, but I'll finish this off and get that. No, so after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, I'm not even mad at you, but like nada. Like it's like, yeah, like we're doing this now too. And it's funny because like going the thing, like she's trying to go ahead and rebuild what we had, and I'm like, no, I'm like, we're still friends and everything too, but it's like I can't do that right now too, because if I throw in like the other stuff, it's like and then that's kind of like a bad straw as well too, because it's like, oh hey, you're not giving me time, you're not giving me this and that too, and now you're going to go and you still have to go deal with your emotional baggage, which means putting your tongue down someone else's throat. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't got time for that. That's no value added to me. So if you're not adding value, if you're not adding any value to me, like, hey, guess what? Thank you. Next.
Facts. I feel you. So to answer this question, can we discuss? Okay, dating someone who's trying to spin the block. All right. So listen. That is a delicate situation. You know how you handle that? You give them what they spun the block for, and you leave them alone. Okay, you give them what they spun the block. How do you respect? Okay. Do you want real answers? Do you want real answers, or
You
do you
don't
want
respectfully
my ignorant answers?
You don't respectfully decline the invitation.
So how do I respectfully decline an invitation?
I don't.
How do you respectfully decline an invitation to decline? How do you respectfully decline? You just tell them no. Just straight up be like ratchet advice. What kind of hey, look, I'm hey, listen. How do you respectfully decline it? Oh, she corrected that. Oh, that's my fault. I pulled up a bad comment. I'm so sorry. Now, what kind of ratchet advice? You know me, Whitney. You know how I get down. I'm raw. All right, so that's one. Two, how do you respectfully decline it? You just tell them no. You tell them you are no longer interested in them. You tell the truth, so they'll stop spinning. That's it. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to be nice about it. Like sometimes, like people in society, we've become a bit soft on what actually being rude is.
Yeah.
No, you're protecting your space and your peace. So you're just telling them straight up, no, I'm not interested in you trying to come back into my life. We're good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good with things, leaving them as they were. Or guess what? If they invite you, you just don't respond.
Yeah. Because the thing is, especially how things are, if you try to be polite about it and everything too, then you get accused of breadcrumbing people.
Yep.
And then they're like, well, you know how I felt and you led me on. And like, no, I wasn't leading you on. I was just like, I wasn't being an asshole about it. You know, like you weren't being an asshole. And that's why I said, I'm not a monster. I'm an asshole. Because I will be an asshole and tell you exactly how I feel and what I mean. So you cannot misconstrue my message at all. Because I'll tell you this, last time I was freaking nice to somebody too, apparently I was in a 2-month relationship that I didn't know about.
Yo, that's insane. That's insane.
And we can talk about that right now. I mean, like that too.
Oh, that's crazy. How are you in a relationship and you didn't even know?
TLDR, right? So, person at work, you know, she's like, oh, like I'm new here, I have no friends, negative like that too. Found out she lives close to me. So I was like, hey, let's you know, and I said, hey, let's go get something to eat. Like I said, I'm like, we should get something to eat sometime.
This man set up the play. He threw the alley-oop to himself.
No, because I didn't mean anything. And the thing was, it wasn't me and her. It was in front of everyone. It was like that too. I didn't mean anything by it. I was like, hey, like, you know, because playing how she doesn't know anybody. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, we could get like let's get something to eat sometime.
Okay.
Met there, like we both didn't pick her up. Met at this place, right? And then I saw the way she was dressed.
Boundaries.
I'm like, fuck. I saw the way, and the thing is, I'm like, I think she thinks this is a date because I saw the way she's dressed. But I'm like, you know what? She's young because and that's the thing too. Like I knew she was young, so like I didn't want that too. So I was like, okay, but I'm like, maybe this is the way she dresses, right? So I'm like, I'm not gonna judge. So we do everything else like that too. We go through everything. We go to the end of the night, and that's when I realized that she thought it was a date. And I'm like, because I go to hug her because I walk her to her car because we're out here on the streets of LA at night, like after midnight. So I walk her to her car, and I'm like, yeah. So I have a good night too, and I just hug her because we're friends. And I guess she went to go for a kiss, and I'm all like,
whoa,
you know, and like tease like that. She's like, oh, and she's joking around like, oh, you teased. I'm like, yeah, like. Didn't know we were freaking doing this. So then so I'm like, no, like that too. So then, and I'm gonna try to kiss me again. So I just kissed her on the cheek and we left like that too. But see, since I was being overly soft and protecting her feelings and stuff too. So I wasn't being harsh and we were talking and she was trying to freaking do things like that too. And there was times since we were friends, like we used to go to functions and everything, and we'd hang out. And I remember one time she got drunk, so like I gave her a ride. I gave her a ride back because she lives down the street.
Oh, and she was trying to ride.
She was trying to ride. And I was like, oh, but I wasn't being like but I wasn't being overly harsh and being direct, right? So we go on and on and on, and then I'm hearing that she's telling her friends like stories of like, oh, I'm with this person, and she's trying to break things out. I'm like, and my one friend told me, it's like, oh, yo, like this is you, because she knew about it, right? She knew about it, and that's the thing. So I finally had to go in there and put my foot down, because the thing is too, because I was trying to be like the friend and be like, okay, because like she went somewhere else and she's like, I'm alone, no one likes me, don't want to be alone. So and I was kind of like, hey, a couple of us were going to Dave and Buster's, like do you want to go? So you're not there too. And it's like, oh, like you're trying to ask me out again. And I'm like, no, like you're mad because your roommate's a piece of shit. You're mad that you have no friends. You're mad that you're alone, like that too. So I'm like, hey, come out and hang out with me and a couple other people. Like I'm not, because you're saying that like you won't be alone, and we're still friends. And that's the thing. So until finally, I just had to be an asshole. But like, you know what? Like, nah. So like you can't be polite, and that's what I found out later. So the whole time when I was being nice and saying hey, and I said, hey, we could be friends, but I wasn't like, I should have said friends or nothing, and made it freaking clear, because like apparently she thought we're gonna be friends and until we kindle something super seriously to we're boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, she just thought that, oh, we're being friends while we're dating. So and then I found out I was dating a chick for freaking 2 months. And I'm like, this is freaking news to me, because she was telling everybody else that we've been dating for 2 months, putting my name out there.
Yeah. She was expecting some extra credit or something.
I'm just saying, no, be direct.
She was like, I'm gonna wait the length of time, and this is gonna be worth it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this game.
Be direct. You have to be direct, because if you're not direct and you're soft and you let everything go, like nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Let me bring bro in. What's good, bro?
What up, y'all?
What's good? What's cracking, man? So listen, this episode is called Spill the Tea, all right? And we've been talking about dating stuff. We're taking questions from the audience. So this next question is, how do you date intentionally without being overly picky? That's not I don't know. This is me talking. That to me is not possible. Like if you being intentional, you're gonna have to be picky. Like somebody just not gonna make the cut. They're not gonna make the roster. Like they just not. You know what I'm saying? You got to be upfront with them. Like, hey, yeah, I'm not feeling you. I'm not feeling your vibe. You're not matching where I'm trying to go future. Like for instance, if you're dating intentionally, right? And I'm trying to think what example I want to use, because I want to be smart. Oh, let's say you're dating intentionally. You want to be a homeowner, but the other person has no intention of getting a home, and also or has no interest in like getting their finances together or anything like that, then that's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
there's going to be a problem. Is he still here or is he gone?
It looked like he spun out.
Oh, he just timed out. He'll be back. He went
to the phantom zone. No, It's like I think the thing is too, it's like you could date intentionally because you could see someone, and like the first date you don't have to be picky, but that's when you're finding out about that person,
right?
And you find out more about them after date number 2. Like that's when you have to be picky, or else you're not dating intentionally. So like you could go select somebody because you don't know everything about them. So when you initially, you know, for lack of a better term, scope them out, you don't have to be super picky about it. And you go, hey, like I like you. You're I want to find out, you know, like I want to find out what you're about. So you can do that, but like by date number 2, you know,
right.
That's when you're gonna find out more and get, you know, and not be picky, or and then you have to be picky.
Yeah. So what Whitney say? So basically, you have to figure out what you want ultimately, and the intention will come. Picky seems like you just dating anyone.
Yeah. But that's also like, and that's it. And dating intentionally is like you're getting to know the person. So like now, like usually, like I don't date people that aren't, for lack of a better term, like I have to have some sort of friendship with them, because I have to know what they're about, because you have to add value to my life. if you don't add value to my life, I'm sorry. Like and that's even like my friends too. My friends, all my friends add value to my life.
Yeah, yeah. I had to get rid of you gotta get rid of like people that are just like moochers or like users or people that just like they don't have anything tangible to add. Like when you get rid of them, like you don't even miss it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying? Like realistically, you don't even miss them. Like matter of fact, your life starts going in a really positive direction because everything is lining up and it's hitting the way it should. You know what I'm saying? You don't have anybody dragging you down or dragging you back into other things. But I would say like with dating like intentionally, it's just a matter of knowing. First thing is knowing yourself before you go to date with a purpose or intentionally. You need to figure out, do you know you? If you don't know you, you might as well just sit the fuck back down because you're probably finna make another bad decision. Oh, I'm gonna be healthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna choose somebody that's like this. No. You don't need to choose anybody that's like anything because you're still going to underlyingly because you haven't. That's not even a word. Like you're still gonna the underlying part of your life. You're still gonna end up picking the same person because you haven't changed at the core of who you are. So you're still going to attract that same person. Granted, they're just going to be a better version of that same person, but that same person isn't meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you're not like I'll put it in the example of cars. For your life, you're not a sedan person. Maybe you need a minivan. But if a Honda Civic rolls up versus a Toyota Corolla, guess what? It's still a sedan. If a BMW rolls up, you know what I'm saying? What was it? Is it the i3? That's the sedan.
I3, 3
Yeah,
series,
the i3 is the sedan. The i3 rolls up. Yes, the BMW is better than the Civic and the better than the Civic and the what is that? Better than the Civic
Corolla.
and the Corolla, but you still get the same type of person. That person's a sedan. They can't do for your life what you need them to do. Some people are Ford F-150s. Some people you need a van. Some people you need a motorcycle. Like it just depends on what your relationship need is to what type of person you have to pair yourself up with.
Yeah, you definitely need to find out first and foremost what do you want and what do you need as
Mm-hmm.
well too, and then from that, and not even that, what you're willing to tolerate, because and I think that's a thing too, because it's like I
Yeah.
know I could be with almost anyone, but I know there's stuff that I'm willing to tolerate, and there's stuff that
Mm-hmm.
are just deal breakers too. And
Yeah.
I think, and that's why I said like I need to know what the person brings to the table, because like I don't want to put up with any bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think so when once you find out what you want, what you need, and what you're willing to tolerate, that will help you date and find the right person as well too.
Facts. What's up, Smooth? What up? What up, P Smooth? What up?
What's up, y'all? My apologies for the technical difficulties.
Hmm.
But I kind of caught the tail end of your spiel, Smooth. I caught everything you were saying. It really
Yeah.
just goes back to self love and knowledge of self. Um, I think a lot of times when we're looking for somebody to kind of be with, we kind of look for somebody to love us because sometimes we don't love ourselves enough.
Hmm.
Right.
Um, and loving ourselves comes along with knowing ourselves, and then that goes back to what he was saying as far as knowing what you're willing to tolerate and deal with. Because once you know yourself, then you know what to look for in a partner. You know, um, but yeah, that's all I have on that. I don't even know what the question was.
I mean, you did end up answering the question because we're talking
Yeah.
about like dating intentionally and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go to you want to go to the final one of
As women are options, I want to get through the last two comments and then yeah, we can go to that. As a woman, our options are a lot more limited than men. The average man makes 35 to 40K, but as a high value, high success woman, we don't want to be picky, but the litter of high caliber men is slim. I mean, it's I, it it depends. So here's the thing. Like, I'll get to that other comment later. It depends though, like, because the real issue really is it's not necessarily what somebody's making right now. It's what they're gonna make. Like, because you could be winning now, and then that person, like, if they finally get through that last little bit of, like, maybe they're only making that 50, 45, 50K or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in like this internship or whatever. Okay, now they're hired on. Boom, they're making 100K. Okay, now they're competitive with you. Then the next thing you know, they're on a fast track to being, you know what I'm saying, a general manager of a region or a district manager. Boom, next thing you know, they're making a $250,000. Like, like they just had to go through this one particular period. So I wouldn't necessarily just judge somebody off of what they are right now, but like I would look tangibly to go for the future. Like, okay, is this person in a track in their life that's going to yield a positive result? You know what I'm saying? Like, lawyers aren't making money while they're going through law school and all that other stuff. But once they get through, them boys is up typically.
Yeah, I mean, and I see that going both ways too, because, and I think that's the thing where I don't think we should get into it now too, but we can also say because high caliber women, they can be considered slim as well too, because of what they're looking for and what they're taught and everything else as well too. So that's just something where, yeah, it's complicated. That's all I'll say. It is definitely complicated.
uh, Man, I really feel like a lot of times we consider somebody high value based off of like everybody else's opinion of what's considered high value. I think it needs to go back to what you as an individual find as high value. Because my high value person might not make 100,000, you know what I'm saying, or it has nothing to do with what they make financially, how they perform financially. Um, I'm gonna just keep saying it. Like, it goes back to knowing yourself and what you personally find valuable in bringing somebody into your life.
Right.
Like, because a lot of times, I mean, in the spaces that we all in, I know with me, I was battling like before I met my girl, like my
Mm-hmm.
girl now. Like, I was kind of battling with what society is telling me I need to be with, like, you know what I'm saying, versus what I really wanted. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times, once you start battling what society is trying to press upon you versus your natural urges,
Mm-hmm.
it's a sign that you really need to take the time out to really try to knowledgeable about who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. To the new guy, sir, is that your dream house or your real house? Yeah,
So yeah, my girl cleaning and stuff. So I wasn't trying to have a lot of extra stuff in the background. So to answer your question, it's not necessarily my dream house, but it ain't my house
Oh.
oh
either.
man. Thank you. And so you're saying women a woman should date a man that has potential versus a self-actualized man that's dead because men don't date based on
Uh,
so
I
so so,
I want to answer that
okay,
one.
go ahead.
You can't talk. You can't talk in absolutes. So just because you're saying experience that men don't date about based on potential, that is absolutely false. It goes about knowing yourself and what you're willing to put up with too. Because kind of what P Smooth said. So yeah, now I have to divide you guys, Smooth and P Smooth. Um, it's what you have perceived value in there too, and sometimes the perceived value is based on potential. Like the person that I am talking to right now too, a lot of it too is I'm basing it based off her freaking potential. too, because I think she has potential to be the most amazing person in the freaking world. But I know right now, and we talk about it too. Right now, she's not her best self as well too. But the part of it, and the thing is too, but I also know myself, and I say, hey, the version I have of her right now is plenty good enough too. But the freaking version down the line, if she's all healed and gets everything done with her self-worth, she's fucking unlimited. And I'm excited for that too. So that is based off potential. It's not her potential earnings, which through that was well too. I realized with her job, she could freaking dwarf my salary if she keeps on going that self too. So there's that potential earning as well. But I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at just the potential of her personality and what she's able to give and how loving she is. So that's the main thing. So you can't say that men don't date off potential, because there's a lot of men that do, and that's why I said it's complicated. Because as the men, a lot of times, because there's women that are out, not all women, there's women out there that say, hey, you have to get a man that has this, and this right there too. So that's why they get the label as gold diggers too. So it's like what, and that's no value added, and that's why there's guys that are not dating those people. That's why right now freaking the population is actually going down, because people are not producing, because there's men that are walking away from freaking women because there's no value added, because guess what, their current potential is freaking trash.
Yeah. I can't say nothing negative.
Yeah.
You was cooking.
Yeah, man. This I'm not gonna get too far into what we have to deal with right now as far as the selection of ladies. Yeah, I'm gonna say some guys too, because my homegirls be telling me some crazy stories about how these dudes out here just ain't on shit, and again, that's why I'm gonna keep saying this throughout this, this live. You got to know yourself, because there's so many different outside sources that can try to make you believe, or make you start to believe that what you really want in life is not something that you really want in life. You know what I'm saying? So, because if we just go based off what we see on social media, half y'all women ain't on shit. Like, but being a realist, like, we understand that social media ain't real life. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So we know there's some good women out there, just like, the ladies that's on here talking about men. Like, y'all know deep down, like, there's some good dudes out there too. Like, but we can't let the things like social media and, like, mainstream media, convince us otherwise. Like, we can't allow that to happen.
Yeah, for sure, bro. So listen, let me just go ahead. Let me go ahead cook up. We can't hear you. Like you in here now, but we can't hear you yet. We can't hear you yet. We can't hear you yet.
Going in already.
Yeah.
Pause this. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
y'all still talking.
All right.
Okay. All right. So hold on. No, hold on. Because I got to get my shit off. And you can go ahead. You can respond. Let me get my shit off. Look at Whitney instigating there, boy. Oh, is that? Do you have me us on like the TV or something else?
Originally, yeah, but it's paused.
Okay. Because I was starting to hear a little feedback. I was like, wait.
Freaking Whitney.
So, all right. So here we go. So listen, what I was trying to say earlier is I'm not saying like the typical date off potential scenario, because that's not like, oh my God, he's gonna. No, you're talking about somebody that literally is doing the job and doing the work, and it's not if they're gonna do it, it's when, and it's literally just it's built into the scenario. Like if you're dating somebody in med school, right? If they're going to be a doctor and they're in their residency period, this dude is finna make money. It's not dating off potential. You're just dating him off of where he is right now. Like, is he a quality individual? He's gonna make money. That's not a question. He's in his residency. He gonna make money. We're talking about like, I guess for me, I'm saying like date the people that are like good. Find you somebody that's good And in a scenario before all these other options get there, because now you're going to have to like fully compete with the whole field. That's why a lot of guys, because we always have to compete, we think in a more competitive mindset. So we're like, okay, shorty, she's right here, she's doing this and that, and this looks good. She's a good person, blah blah blah. Like I got my own thing, I'm good. So I'm like, maybe if I can just nudge her in the right way, in the right direction, she gonna reach her full potential, and then we great. You know what I'm saying? Guys tend to think like that, and I think everybody on all the guys on here, all the fellas would say, yeah, I kind of think the same way. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at it more from a competitive sense. Y'all look at it more as like, okay, I'm hot shit. You know what I'm saying? He should pick me. Like, no, like everybody else that's going to him is probably hot shit too. That's
Can I
just me.
speak?
It's all
I'm just gonna say this. I think I've witnessed a lot of women in my inner circle, women that have not been in my inner circle, that I've literally will try to build a man based off of what he presents. Right. And it's not always like it's not always a concrete, like foolproof version of who this man could be, but they based off of what he is delivering and will say like this is like he could potentially reach this level of success, right? And I think with men, you guys are a lot more visual. You guys are a lot more just matter of fact, more than women are. And you guys will like, I've never heard of a man saying like, oh, she has these qualities, she could be this. You guys take women as what they are, like face value. And that's why I said that. Like, what was my question about dating? What did I say? Hold on, I'm here with my girlfriend because we back doing this
okay.
thing
You got
together.
backup.
But I
Oh.
just think, yeah, like I just think like men will date women based off of who they are, what they physically who they are, and women will later then try to pull the pieces together and will support them. We're a lot more nurturing. We're a lot more like we give y'all more of a benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Not to mention, I think men have a lot more options than women, right? So it's just interesting to see like what you guys are saying versus
I
the reality of things. Like it sounds good, but it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not
halfway
that.
no, I halfway agree with you because what you're saying, because I think women do, and because everyone picks up somebody kind of what they present, and that's how you start dating. I think for what you're saying, women are willing to stay with a man longer and deal with more crap than a man is willing to deal with a woman, and dealing with crap as well
Yeah.
too. And I think that's what we're getting confused. So I totally get what you're saying, and I do know. I said I have a friend tried to stay with this man for freaking 11 years, and finally I said enough. And this guy was trash from day one. So I've seen it both sides. So I do get what you're saying too.
My
But
mentor has been in a 10-year relationship with a millionaire who is cheated over and over and over and over again. And this woman
Can
is
I
the most gorgeous. And I'm just like,
can I
why do you
highlight?
keep holding
Can
on
I
to this? But it's that potential. It's like
can
the
I
hope that this person would change, the hope that this person would become who she wants this person to become. And I see this trend in a lot of women. So, and I don't see this in men
so
at all.
so
well, because
I'm
I
a
think
I'm
men
a
don't
I'm
talk
a
about it as well
highlight
though.
I'm a highlight one word for you. Like you said, millionaire. Yes, she's gonna let that nigga get away with some bullshit that he shouldn't get away with because he's a millionaire. Like every rich dude story goes the exact same way. All of them do. Very seldomly do you see a LeBron James and Savannah James. Very seldomly do you see a Steph Curry and Aisha Curry. Those are seldom. Those are few and far in between. Like everybody else is getting ran through the ringer, and she knows this. That's why she's staying, because she's like, well, what do I do after this? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? My life is pretty good. Everything's taken care of. I don't know if I'm ready to go out here and be by myself. I don't know if I'm ready to give up the status connected to this person. Her issue is a matter of self-love, not him. She wasn't fixed, like we were saying with dating intentionally. She wasn't fixed when she got to him. So therefore, she's probably not gonna be fixed after him till she's
That,
like she has to work on herself.
but
Like all her issues stem from self-love. Like if she actually loved herself, she'd walk away from it, but she's not because she's medically coping with all the like the money and the trips and the things he buys her, whatever it is.
Okay,
She's
that's
coping.
one example. But what about the rest of the women that are
no,
dating that don't necessarily are that aren't necessarily dating a millionaire, somebody that
because but Smooth still hit the points, and the thing is like, and part of it is because I get what you're saying because you feel like guys have more options, but sometimes that's just not necessarily true because the person
I
that I'm
always say y'all may have an option. Like I may have most, but it ain't me. Like
no 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 no
it
no
ain't it ain't the
no
best
no
option. You know, you
no
got
I'm saying no but I'm saying because basically because I know part of what you're saying is because you're saying that hey, men make more, men do this, men do like that too, so I guess you have that financial security, but and that might have been true at one point, but sometimes we do need to drop the narrative as well because I said the person that I'm saying could freaking we make about the same right now too, but her end goal cap is a lot higher than mine too. And but the thing is, even with her, she had to get out of her own way and realize said, hey, I can't be with someone who ain't shit, and realize what she's able to bring to the table for her damn self. So she had to go find that self love, like you're saying, and her own potential to unlock it to get to the next part. So, but like I said, I do think women, because by design, by men manipulating them and saying that, hey, you're not shit, so you have to sit there and not do anything, which is a problem. I'm not saying that's not a problem, and I think that does happen to a lot of women. So they really don't see their self-worth or what they can bring to the table, and then that's why they stay. And that's why I was saying I think women, they're more likely to stay, and it could be because they think they can't make it on their own, because based on societal pressures, based on people, based on what they were taught. Because a lot of times women are taught, find a man with money, find a man that can take care of you. Guess what? Men do that because we make excuses for them. Oh, they're visual people, so if he's fucking around, he's not fucking around because he's not attached to you emotionally. He just likes that banging body over there, and that's all absolute bullshit.
right. You guys keep mentioning a word over and over again. Is self love. I want you all to define what that is. Like everybody on this, Smooth, Frankie, and then DJP Smooth, what that looks like, what that is, and then do you actually possess that?
Um,
Okay.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I think mostly self-love. It's a broad term. I get that too. But it's mostly basically being all right with being by yourself, actually knowing your worth and knowing what you're able to bring to the table as well too. And I do think and it also brings up about what you're willing to tolerate too. I do possess that. I'm saying I could say at a time I didn't like I didn't have it, and I'll say that and like that too. And it's something that I picked up and I learned to realize that, hey, guess what? No matter what, I am enough. And even if I'm not enough for this person, I am enough for myself. I am enough for my family, for the people that love me, and my friends. But I think part of that is developing outside relationships that aren't just romantic, and that's why I'm not sure if you caught it earlier. I said because we said even like with long distance dating, I put it into friendships because one of my best friends like that too. It's like we're there for each other, but it's also taking time for ourselves as well too. And doing that because I know not one person can be everything. No one person can be everything for me too. So it's forming those connections with people and like that too. So like Smooth's one of my best friends. So I talked to him outside the
Which
podcast.
one?
Oh, regular Smooth, not P Smooth.
Damn.
No, but we talk outside of work that too, and those are some of the connections. So then when I'm feeling down, I'm feeling low. It's like, hey man, guess what? You're able to do this like that too. You got that. I'm like, oh yeah, I am right, and I see that as well too. And my family does that too, and other people as do that as well too. And I think that kind of goes back to my point, not to hijack the other Smooth time because I'll give them too. I think that's when guys, and there's asshole guys out there that they'll go and they'll find a woman and they will, because they know that this woman is bomb as hell, and they will manipulate them and degrade them and take all that stuff away from them and isolate them, so then they can't have that self-love, and they'll deconstruct them to keep them around as well too.
It sounds very calculated.
No, there's guys out there that are definitely like that too, because part of it is because they get self-worth by making other people feel beneath them. And if they can't do it to other guys, they'll do it to their women and their children.
Mhm.
And that's really, really scary. And I think that's what happens to some of these women. And that's why they end up staying, because they feel like they can't do any better, because after a while, if you keep on getting told that you ain't shit, and there's no one there to say, hey, you are the shit, you're the sun, everything revolves around you, you bring a lot to the table, then they believe it, and they just stay there.
That's
Yeah.
good, Frankie.
Yeah. All right. Peace. Move.
All right. So for me, I'm just gonna say it's really an ongoing journey. So it's not
Mm.
just the thing that you have; it's just the thing that you kind of experience throughout life. Like as long as you're being self-aware about what makes you do certain things, like really take notes about the days that you're really happy, the days that you're feeling like I don't feel like doing shit today, or just really keeping track of your emotions and trying to figure out what causes what. Then you'll start having a little bit more control over your feelings instead of letting all these external sources kind of control how you feel. Because I mean, we dealing with a lot, even though we might not realize we are like paying attention to certain things, but we're constantly being influenced by external, just different external sources, external sources. So, so with me, I don't really have a definite answer of what self love is, but I do feel like you begin to have it once you start understanding how you yourself kind of moves within the world. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. All right. I guess it's my turn to answer. All right. So cool. So I so self love. I went through a couple of phases where I thought like each time I thought I arrived, I didn't really arrive. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm finally at that place now where I can fully say like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I have self love. I actually value myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to let things go, let people go, and move in my purpose. And I think a lot of my self love and self worth came from like actually doing something, like actually having something to do, something that I take pride in, something that like I identify with, and actually like expressing myself. Because for the longest time, I kind of just like compartmentalized and kept a lot of things in, and so in having an outlet and actually expressing my feelings, and I was able to build self worth, and then building self love, and just being by myself and actually like just talking through things for myself. So yeah, again, it's not something I've always had, but it's definitely something that I've grown into. I think really the main thing for me though, with the particular like people that we're talking about, because it could be men or women in this scenario where you're being gaslit or manipulated, to where you're putting up with someone that you shouldn't put up with. You know what I'm saying? It all boils down to you. Like you can blame that, outside of things where this person literally has you like in a financial bind, or they have you like, I don't know, like let's say like, you they've taken you to like moved you far away from your family and friends, like you're isolated. Outside of those scenarios, and where you don't have a job or you don't have the ability to take care of yourself, outside of that, like I don't really see too many people being able to not be able to blame themselves for the situation that they're in, because you're choosing to deal with that person every day. Every day you could choose to get up and go, you know what, I want to walk away from this. you know like that's something you could choose to do, but people just don't do that. They don't choose to do that, and that's through various reasons. And it's not to say it's a bad thing. It's something that it's a door you have to walk through when you're ready to walk through it. um and some people, they're just not ready. Did you have some? If you want to say something, you gotta unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay, no, I just wanted to get everyone's perspective on it because it's something that I'm still discovering. I think I agree a lot with DJ P Smooth when he mentioned, it's ongoing. You reach a new level, one day, or one season in your life. Self-love may be self-respect. It may be accountability. It may be, you doing something self-care. So, and I think that as you reach new levels, it's always like, I remember Robert Frost says, you invent yourself and then you reinvent yourself in a very similar way. Like, you reach a level of self love, but then there's still so much more to
Mm-hmm.
discover about yourself. So, for me, it's, still a self discovery. And I thank y'all for y'all input.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
for sure.
I'll go for sure, for sure. Um, mm, well, mm, mm, mm. Uh, I'm trying to think. What else did I have to? What else did?
We have one more, but I think we can wrap it up because
Yeah,
I
yeah. We
have to
could we
go.
could leave that. We could leave that for another time. I mean, we kind of tied it in there.
Yeah,
We kind of tied it in there. You know what I'm saying? Because the
yeah,
other topic was acting my age.
yeah.
And and that's part of all of this. Is like just a journey of maturing. You know what I'm saying? And growing in
Can we
yourself and just.
can I bring up a topic that I think Smooth and I talked about offline, and I'm interested to get everybody's else perspective on it, and it's the topic of love languages,
Oh
right?
no, no, no we're
That's too
not doing that
long.
today.
That
That's too
is.
long.
Okay.
We're
All
not
right. Well,
doing
we'll
that
say
today.
that for another podcast. But I think it's interesting to, one, like, I haven't spoke to Smooth. I get his opinion about it. It totally contradicts my opinion about it. So I think it's a fairly interesting debate, and I'd like to dive into that a little more. So on the next time, catch us next episode.
Not you, not you that came into the party. You giving that intro? What the heck?
Right. So
How
make
you?
sure you subscribe. You tune in to the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leave us
what
love
is this?
affirmations. You understand me?
You know what? You know what? That's fine. That's fine. So listen, this has been episode number 343 of the Homeroom Smooth podcast. All right, spill the tea. You know what I'm saying? I spilled that tea. If you made it to this point in the video, you know what I'm saying? You know I was talking about you, and it's fuck you. All right. So anyway, I'm
Hey,
about out of here. Have